Hello and welcome on this new weekly market analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. So of course guys, this is gonna be the last video of 2022, and in this occasion I just wanted to wish everyone a happy and blessed new year, and hopefully everyone is gonna achieve their dreams and their targets in this upcoming year 2023. And of course, I will see you soon in another video of live trading video, hopefully on Tuesday. Because of course, Monday, the market will be most likely off or very, very low in volatility. Untradable, of course, because of the banks will be on holiday, I think. Almost all of them, except for the euro, they will be actually on holiday. I think on January 3rd or 4th, most likely on 4th, we will resume trading normally. I actually opened a trade just yesterday, and it paid off indeed. I actually traded the USD CAD. I traded the USD CAD. Yes, I bought the USD CAD right from this support level right here. But the market actually was really slow. It took actually the whole day just to get about $90. I mean, it was really a bad day. It was just the only trade I have opened yesterday, and that's of course because the market is very. Actually, check out the lot size I used even. The reason, of course, guys, is that the market is really unstable at this time. Usually people actually, or traders, they are actually avoiding this kind of market. And I think, and hopefully, by Tuesday or Wednesday, we will resume trading, and we will, of course, continue making profits together. And I don't know if I'm the only one here, but actually I really feel sad during this time because the market is off and I really enjoy trading. I don't know if I'm the only one here, but I usually feel really bored during the weekends. Put aside, I mean, not even to mention the Christmas time and the New Year Eve. I mean, the market is just so dead. I mean, I can't imagine myself spending more than a week without trading. It's just really boring. I'm not used to it. Anyway, let's now check the market and let's now see what are the opportunities waiting for us. And let's of course begin with the Euro USD. But before that, please guys don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and of course share the video. Let's begin this year, sorry, with at least 300 likes on this video. Anyway, regarding the Euro USD, the first thing that we can notice right here, my friends, is that the Euro USD has actually made here the major breakout from that structure. So now we can see clearly that this support right here at 1.06595 is actually holding the position, and the market has indeed respected that level of a previous support. Now, since the market has actually retested that broken level of a resistance, let me just make it clear for you. Exactly right there. Fantastic. So this was of course a long-term resistance which was on hold since June 7, 2022, and as we can see, the market kept respecting that level of a resistance till finally made the major bullish breakout from it. Now, since the market has just reversed from a support right here, and if we check of course the resistance trend line, we can see clearly that the Euro USD has actually started to make the bullish breakout from that level of a resistance trend line. Indicates that the Euro USD is indeed going to continue the rise. Now the question is where exactly we can start buying the Euro USD. Now if we just place this line right here at the nearest strong key support level to that entry or that bullish breakout candle, check this out. So I have placed my horizontal line to match up along with these two tails right here and this support as well. These tails represents of course the nearest strong key support level to that broken level of a resistance at 1.06674. Now if we go now to the smaller time frame, such as the 4-hour time frame, we can notice clearly that this candle has now appeared, this red candle. This candle usually indicates for a bearish reversal, which means the Euro USD is most likely gonna start falling right here to retest the broken level of a resistance, and afterward it's gonna continue the bullish reversal, which means we have to wait for the Euro USD to fall for about 32 pips before we can start buying it. And of course, if we check here the support trend line, we can notice how actually it's matching up along with it, and most likely the Euro USD is gonna continue climbing its way toward that level of a resistance right here. Let me just show it to you. I'm trying to zoom out. This level of a resistance, of course, right there at 1.07853. That's gonna be our target. And actually, I see here some black point. I don't know. Is it from the screen or? Oh, it's from my screen. I think it's a dead pixel here. I'm scratching it right now. It's not going off. It's annoying. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. We will start buying the Euro USD from that level of a previous resistance at 1.06674, and the target of course has to be the nearest strong key resistance level, exactly right there at 1.07 553, which means we are actually aiming approximately 120 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging lower than this level of a support right here at 1.06131, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 50 pips, I would say, against 120 pips of profit. Moving now to the pound USD. Alright, so it's important to mention, actually, to be honest with you, I missed this entry for the pound USD. I actually have been waiting the whole day for this trade to happen, and finally when it happened, I really missed it. I mean, I don't know what happened. I should actually have paid more attention to the market. That support right here was actually very trustworthy. After the appearance of that bullish breakout candle, I was actually waiting for the market to fall right here, and I wanted to buy the pound USD exactly from that level of a previous support. Unfortunately, I have missed this trade, so meaning I have missed making about 21 pips, which was actually really good. Anyway, the pound USD seems like it's actually going to continue the rise. Moving now to the weekly chart. Now on the weekly chart, actually, we thought that the pound USD actually going to give up upon the pressure from that level of a resistance right here, and that price action actually on the last late week analysis video, I think, or last weekly analysis video, I mentioned that this price action indicates for a bullish reversal. But what's happening right now is it seems like the pound USD is actually respecting that level of a support right here at 1.19928. Moving to the daily chart just to see that. So check this out. If we check these candles, my friends, one by one, we are having here real level of a support, and here as well, and right here we are having real levels of a support. Meanwhile, this element in the middle was actually a fake breakout. Now again, we can see that the market has made another fake breakout from that level, and the real level of a support has been indeed respected again right there, exactly at 1.9928. Which means for the upcoming week, we are actually expecting to start buying the pound USD after the reversing from that level of a support, and the target has to be placed right there at that level of a resistance. Keep in mind, I'm on the daily chart, which means the next at least 3 or 4 candles are going to rise for about 151 pips more. And that's gonna be the level where we can actually start shorting the pound USD. So meaning we are trading the pullback for this week. Moving now to the 4-hour time frame, just to find the perfect entry. In my opinion, we are going to start, actually we are going to keep the same entry as I have mentioned earlier, which is right here. That level of a previous support is very trusted, and I believe we can actually start buying the pound USD if the market will fall for about 21 pips and retest the same level of a real support. Also, not to mention, my friends, of course, we're having here a support trend line, and seems like the market indeed going to continue the fall. It actually might go a little bit for a few pips more, maybe 18 pips before actually started the bullish reversal. Keep in mind that right here exactly we're having also another strong key support level. So meaning this should actually be our safe zone, which means I need to just expand it a little bit more just to make sure it's going to be safe. We are giving the candles a space to breathe. Therefore, exactly right here, the safe zone will be ranging for about 50 pips. Meanwhile, the take profit level has to be placed right here about 162 pips. But we need to analyze it more just to be sure. So if we check here this resistance trend line, check this out. That resistance trend line, my friends, has just been broken out from with that bullish breakout candle. Now we can actually expect from the pound USD to fall again, retesting the same level of a broken resistance trend line, and afterwards is gonna continue the rise, touching that level of a resistance, retesting it before it makes any action further, of course. The target is gonna be at 1.22232, and we'll be buying the pair at 1.20576. Moving now to the AUD USD. Alright, so again for the AUD USD, my friends, I believe that if we check on, actually let's go to the weekly chart. Now the bullish movement is so strong. The AUD USD is still bouncing above that level of a support right here at 0.66987, and seems to me like let me just show it to you. We're having here that support trend line, and all I need to do right now, according of course to the strategy that I'm using, which is called the magic of trend lines, all we need to do right now is simply drag the same support trend line and check this out. That support trend line has been placed right here, and as we can see, it became a support trend line. Then we had here that fake breakout, and now that support trend line indeed is being respected, which means that the AUD USD is most likely now going to continue the rise. Right now, I agree that the AUD USD is currently on a resistance level, but the weekly candle closed as a full bar with barely any wicks or tails on it. It indicates a strong pressure from the buyers, and seems like the market is actually going to continue the rise. Of course, not to mention that we're having here that resistance trend line, which has recently been broken out from, which means that the AUD USD is most likely gonna continue the rise, at least to hit the nearest strong key resistance level at 0.69580, which means the AUD USD still has about 140 pips more to go. Now, moving back to the 4-hour time frame, we don't even need to check the daily chart after confirming the direction on the weekly chart. So all we need to do right now, my friends, on the on the 4-hour time frame is identifying the real levels of a support, and based on that we will actually place our trades. And to do that, let's first take a look at the broken levels of a resistance, which is exactly right there. That's of course, my friends, a real level of a resistance which has recently been broken out from. So right here we can see the bullish breakout from that level of a resistance, which means that structure right here has actually been broken out from. Now we can actually see the reaction of the market once it actually retested that level of a broken resistance. Check this out. This long tail right here actually tells us that the pressure from the buyers here is very strong, and the reaction after retesting that level of a broken resistance is quite actually effective on the candles, which means there is a strength on this level. So most likely we can start actually buying the AUD USD exactly on the second attempt of the support, because right here these two tails represents the support number 1, which means after the appearance of this candle, we can actually expect a bearish movement from the market to fall again right here, retesting the same level. So meaning we will be buying the AUD USD exactly on the second attempt of the support, which means we have to wait for the market to fall for about 35 pips before we can start buying it. And the good thing here is, if we check this bullish breakout candle, this was of course the nearest strong key support level to that candle, which means it's gonna be our entry. And of course we can also add the support trend line right here, so we can see that the market is indeed climbing its way toward that level of a resistance right there. So meaning we have to wait for the market to fall for about 33 pips, and again the take profit level is going to be placed just right there at the highest level of the resistance at 0.68785, which means the take profit level is going to be about 97 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone is going to be ranging just till the lowest level of that strong key support level right here, and right there of course at 0.67279, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 50 pips against against 100 pips of profit. Now moving to the USD CAD. Alright, so again, as I told you, my friends, I actually have opened this trade right here, buying the USD CAD at that level of a previous support, and it's important to mention that it took the whole day just to make even less than $90 of profit, which was really a bummer. However, I was really lucky to close the trade somewhere right here at that level of a resistance, because I was so tired of it, I was so fed up, and I just wanted to get done with it. And as you can see, the market has actually fallen all the way almost to my original entry. Anyway, now seeing the pressure from that level of a previous support right here, I doubt if the USD CAD is actually going to continue the rise at all. Let me just tell you something. If we look at the weekly chart right now, what we can see right here, my friends, is that level of a real resistance exactly at 1.36390. Now we can see right here that we had here the real level of a resistance, and we had also the fake breakout, and again the same level of a real resistance is being respected. Now let's take a look at the candles. So on the weekly chart, we're having here this reversed hammer. This candle, my friends, usually indicates a bearish reversal. I personally trust this candle a lot. Once I see this candle on a resistance level, especially on the bigger time frames, it's like a confirmation that the market is going to continue the fall. We can see the same candle has appeared right here, and as we can see what happened later, the market actually has fallen, I think, for about, let me just, from the opening of the candle, for about 550 pips. And if we check, of course, the history, we can notice how this candle has barely failed. If I just take a look at this history, at this chart, we can see the candle has appeared right here, and this, as indeed, as I have said earlier, the market went again in the bearish movement. We can see the same candle has appeared right here as well, and as we can see, the market went down indeed for about 3 weeks. We can see the same candle, of course, has appeared right here on a resistance level, and check out how many pips the market has fallen after the appearance of it. So, in my opinion, I trust this candle, and I think it's like a confirmation that the market will continue the fall. That being said, if we move right now to the daily chart, check this out, my friends. This is really interesting. That level of a real resistance right here at 1.36389 is indeed a very strong level of a resistance. And after confirming the direction on the weekly chart, I doubt if we can buy the AUD, the USD CAD at all at that level of a support. It most likely won't hold the position. It won't be able to hold the position upon the confirmation from the weekly chart and the daily chart. Everything says that the USD CAD is actually going to continue the fall, even though we're having here a support level that the market actually spent the whole day, actually more than 2 days, trying so hard to go above that level of a previous support, and it has failed. Now, if we want to find the best level to start by shorting the USD CAD, I would highly recommend to start shorting it right here, exactly at the peak of the resistance at 0.35692. If we check the left side, my friends, we can see how it was actually the highest level of a real resistance. Meanwhile, we had here another fake breakout, and again we had the same level of a real resistance being respected. It also became a real level of a support multiple times before finally we had right here the first attempt of the resistance, which means this was resistance number 1, and we will be shorting the USD CAD exactly after it rises for about 30 pips more. The target, my friends, has to be placed right here at least till the lowest level of a support at 1.34851, which means we are actually going to be aiming approximately 84 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging higher than this level of a resistance right here at 1.36202, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 50 pips against 85 pips of profit. Moving now to the USD JPY, which was really a bummer for me. Actually, I thought that the USD JPY is going to be respecting that level of a previous strong key support level, but again, the USD JPY is indeed one crazy pair. The market actually did not give any to that level of a support. And it just kept falling down for about 250 pips below that level of a support, which was really, I mean, it's really confusing right now for me about the USD JPY. However, we are right now here at the absolute lowest level of a support right here since July 2022, exactly at 130.486, and you can see the first reaction from the market right here. The market has actually made a reversal upon the pressure from that support. However, the next candle doesn't actually seem promising for a bullish reversal. I agree with you, my friends. This candle right here represents the bullish reversal I just talked about for the USD CAD. But again, the pressure from the sellers right now, especially after seeing here at the head and shoulders pattern has appeared, I really doubt that the USD JPY is going to make any bullish reversals further. So most likely is actually going to continue the fall. Moving now to the daily chart. So based on the daily chart, my friends, we just need to find the nearest strong key resistance level before we can start buying the selling the USD JPY. Of course, right here we can see on the daily chart as well that we're having here a support trend line. Check this out. That support trend line, and we can see that the market has made here the bearish breakout from it, and right here it was of course the retest of that level of a broken resistance support trend line. Now, what's gonna happen, in my opinion, that the USD JPY is going to continue the fall till it reaches that level of a support right here at 126.962 before it's gonna start the bullish reversal. Now, we can check right here that we're having here another support trend line, and we can see this is the support trend line, and we can see that the market has indeed managed to start here the bearish breakout from it. So let's now move to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, all we need to do right now is identifying the strongest level of a resistance, and based on that we will start accordingly selling the USD JPY. Now we can see that we're having here a very strong key level of a resistance at 131.408, and in my opinion that's gonna be the best level to start shorting the USD JPY after it rises for about 35 pips. However, just to be safe and to have a very accurate entry, I'm going to send you the signal to start shorting the USD JPY exactly from that level. Why? Because according to my strategy and experience in Forex, the market will most likely continue the rise, and it actually might make here a wick at the peak of the candle, and the exact reversal point is going to be exactly right here. Why? Because this is of course the nearest strong key support level to that bearish breakout candle. Usually, once we are seeing here a tail next to the bearish breakout candle, the market will reverse exactly at the lowest level of that tail, and after that it's gonna start the bearish reversal. So that being said, we have to wait for the USD JPY to rise for about 51 pips before we can start shorting it, and once we do that, the take profit level of course has to be placed just right here, my friends, at the nearest support to our entry at 129.552, which means we're actually aiming approximately 200 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone is gonna be right here just till the highest level of a resistance at 132.356. However, I want to mention, my friends, that the USD JPY is indeed a crazy pair, and to be honest, most of the time my analysis not working well with this pair. So I really would recommend everyone to be very careful, and if you guys must enter this trade, make sure to enter it with the proper money management, and keep in mind that this trade actually might fail as usual, unfortunately. I don't know really what's wrong with the USD JPY. It's just one crazy pair, and I'm trying sometimes to go even against my analysis to make profits on it. JPY in general is crazy. I mean, I'm trading usually the Euro JPY, CAD JPY, USD JPY, and even the Pound JPY, my favorite. But sometimes it's just crazy and moving nonsense. Anyway, let's now move to the USD CHF. Alright, so again, for the USD CHF, my friends, we can notice how right here, the USD CHF is indeed right here at the absolute lowest level of a support. But let's keep in mind that on in the weekly candle, for 3 continuous weeks, continuous weeks. Sorry about that. We're having here 1, 2, 3 candles, 3 attempts for the entire last 3 weeks to break out from that level of a strong support level. So most likely, in my opinion, the USD CHF is actually going to continue the fall. It most likely gonna break out from that level of a long-term support at 0.92380. And by just judging the weekly chart, we can notice right here, exactly right here, that we're having a very strong key resistance level, which was of course a real level of a resistance. Meanwhile, we had here the fake breakout, and then we had multiple attempts for a real resistance exactly at 0.92882. However, we can never decide our entry based on the weekly chart. We are just identifying the strongest levels of a resistance. Now moving to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, we can notice how the market has actually been ranging right here. This is one disgusting market. You really don't want ever to trade on such market like this. You are seeing here just a combination of blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. I mean, this is just confusing. I mean, the market is not really stable. That's not really a kind of market that you want to trade on. Check out how beautiful this market was, or this one, or even this one right here. This one was actually very beautiful. The levels of a support right here can easily be seen. Of course, the highest level of a resistance as well. So it was really good until we saw this ugly, disgusting market. A lot of gaps, a lot of candles opening randomly here and there. I mean, I really hate this kind of market. However, if we just take a look at the left side, we can notice, my friends, that this was, of course, the nearest strong key resistance level to our entry, which means 0.92882 is indeed gonna be a strong level to start selling the USD CHF from. If we move now to the 4-hour time frame, we can notice how the market has indeed respected that level of a resistance multiple times. So that means we have to wait for the USD CHF to rise for about 42 pips before we can start shorting it. And let's now move to the daily chart to identify the target. The take profit level, of course, has to be placed just right here, exactly at the nearest strong key support level to our entry, exactly right here at 0.91725, which means the take profit level is going to be about 115 pips. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging higher than this level of a resistance right here at 0.93493, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 62 pips against 115 pips of profit. Moving now to the gold. Alright, so let's now take a look at the weekly chart for the gold, and as we can see right here, the weekly candle, my friends, of course, has closed as a very strong bullish breakout candle from that level of a resistance right here at 1798. Just as I told you, when we are above 1800, we are going to start buying the gold. If we are below it, we will be shorting it. That's exactly what happened. To be honest, last week I thought that the gold is actually going to continue the fall, even though we were actually above 1800, but still I actually gave a lot of trust to that level of a resistance, but again it just didn't pay off. So anyway, based on the weekly chart, we can notice how the gold has actually already left or broke out at that level of a structure above 1800, which means somewhere right here we can start actually buying the gold. The question is where. Let's move to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, I want everyone to take a look at how disgusting that structure is. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Yuck! That's really one disgusting market. I really hate trading on it, and I really would recommend everyone to avoid trading the gold if it's like that. So we are actually happy to see the gold finally leaving that level of a disgusting structure. And right now we are having here a clean market right now for the gold. Now we can notice that the gold has actually eventually made the final bullish breakout from that level of a structure of a resistance right here at 1806.90. And if we check the left side, we can notice here the very strong key support level to that entry that we are seeking. That means that the gold is most likely, upon the pressure from the current resistance right here we're having at 1823, is most likely gonna make a pullback and going to fall for about 152 pips before we can start buying it. However, I just doubt that this is gonna happen, but we have to be careful. To be honest with you, I believe that the gold is actually gonna continue the rise instantly at the opening of the market on Monday or even Tuesday. But seeing the market here really ugly like this, with a lot of red and blue candles, with a lot of ups and downs, we have to be ready and prepared. So therefore, now moving to the 4-hour time frame, I would actually recommend start buying the gold exactly right here at the nearest strong key support level to our entry, exactly right here at 1811.85. Most likely the gold is going to fall all the way, and that level of a support is gonna stop in its way. We can see how the market has actually failed to respect that level of a support, but after seeing here another rise right here, another bullish breakout candle, we can actually expect from the gold, if it fall to that level of a previous support, to actually respect that level this time. And therefore, if we check, of course, the support trend line right here, we can notice how it's actually matching up along with it, and most likely the gold is indeed gonna fall right here and respect that level of a previous support trend line and continue climbing its way up. Now the question is how far we can expect from the gold to continue the rise to. The answer lies, of course, on the nearest strong key resistance level, which lies exactly right here, exactly at 1843.85. If we look at the left side, my friends, this of course was the nearest strong key resistance level before that resistance happened. Therefore, that's going to be our target. The gold is most likely going to continue the rise till it reach that level of a resistance, which means we can actually expect to make approximately 323 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone, back to the 4-hour time frame, we can actually expect from the gold to continue the fall against our direction just for a few pips. I mean, approximately 113 pips, and against, of course, 322 pips of profit. And there goes the signal, my friends, for the week, for the upcoming week, and for the first week of 2023. And of course, again, in this occasion, I want to wish again everyone happy and blessed new year. And please, guys, be safe and be careful. And again, don't forget, guys, to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and of course share the video. And don't forget, of course, to check our premium group or the VIP group, where we're actually having the best offer of 2022, where you can actually buy the package of 2 months or 3 months of or 1 year, and you will get 1 month extra for absolutely free cost. Today is the last day, so if you guys want to join the VIP group using this offer, please make sure to contact our support and to get the benefits of this offer by the end of today. Until then, I hope that is informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.